diagnosis of Parkinson's disease, and she was released into the custody of that sister.
I don't trust any diagnosis in this story.
No. No one gave a shit.
I need an autopsy on Janie Lou before I let her
Stats.
out of to make sure she has Parkinson's.
Seriously.
Oh no. The last few years of her life was spent in a wheelchair in a nursing home in Georgia, and she died on February 7th, 2010, and she has never given any kind of explanation or excuse for any of her crimes. Oh, she remained a quiet one.
Till death. Yeah. Damn.
And it also just makes you think about, like, the people in nursing homes. Like, you don't know the life that they led. No.
Well, maybe in an upcoming episode we'll talk about some of that.
Oh. GBC.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm so excited.
I'm excited about that one too.
Anyway, so that's my case. It was short and kind of like obvious, but still just weird. Really fucking
perfect.
creepy. She became a cook. I know there are
I like hated it and loved it so much simultaneously.
photos on the drive, and like decades in prison will like do a number on you.
Whoa, girl. No way. That's a transformation.
Also, look at the black and white photo. Janie Lou Gibbs holding pictures of her sons.
Yeah. Ew.
Look at, she's kind of smiling.
Yeah, her face is a little sketchy.
Oh, her kids are so cute. She's kind of like smirking.
Grassland
She
management,
just
the
looks like a
sign
sweet little
says.
grandma in this like first Jamie Lou Gibbs elder photo. It's sort of like
I'm going to
that
try to
elderly
take
photo
you
of
on
her,
the
and then
scenic
photo of her,
drive.
like, after she's
If
been
we can
in
maintain
trial or
signal.
whatever, where she looks like a real mess.
She's melted.
It reminds me of like
I see yours,
every
Mom.
presidents before and after their term.
So let me pause.
They've been
this.
rode hard and put away wet.
Yeah. This is insane. I just read something that I did not read before.
Let me pause this
What?
a minute.
In a long, tearful interview several weeks ago, this was in 1967,
Okay, so like she's
and published
Pause.
yesterday in the local.
Okay. I don't know how to say this. Occoquan, Occoquan Bay National Wildlife Refuge. It's very pretty. There's a lot of hiking trails. Looking at the map, Occoquan. That's kind of, yeah. Still in Virginia. I'm on the Virginia side of the DC area. But looking at the map, I can imagine this is a gorgeous hike. Gorgeous. I don't have time to do it today. I got to go get the car. And we're not going to hang out because it's not pet friendly. Which I just don't feel like fighting with anybody today. I already had an issue in the breakfast room at the hotel. The lady said, "Excuse me, ma'am, is that a service dog?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am, it is." And she rolled her eyes at me. And I just said, "Please don't give me the side eyes." And she started lecturing me about how she was just doing her job, blah, blah, blah. And I seriously thought about giving her a lecture about how stressful it is to have a service animal that helps you in your daily life so that you can function in the world. And then for people to give you grief about it constantly. But I just didn't have the energy. Looks like there's going to be some jobs going on, some workers, or maybe they're just taking their break out here. Who knows? So I tried to get live on this trail down here. but I couldn't. So let's see. We'll try and see if we'll maintain signal. The Wildlife Drive. So it's a wildlife preserve. I think that the trails, probably the hiking is probably pretty amazing, like especially at dusk or dawn. But it's getting really hot and wet right now. Hi, Blues Lady. More of an argue with every emerging support. Did you know you can have a support pony? Yeah. You can have any animal can be a support animal. They just have to be trained to provide services that are related to the individual's documented disability. And they're not considered a pet, they're considered a medical tool. And not all disabilities are visible. So you cannot look at the handler and decide whether it's a support animal or not. If we go here, can you take a peek in the woods? I figured we needed some nature and grounding this morning. Maybe we'll find a fairy ring or something. I wish we had time to hike. Miklos could use a good hike. He gets so tired of riding in the car all the time. Oh, hey, Julie. Thanks. Is your roommate situation still going good? The area behind this sign is restricted to digging. No digging back there, peeps. Leave them animals alone. Yeah. Can't be digging up stuff. Good, good, good. Exactly, Oomph. That's what I decided. Like, if I would have come last night or early this morning, that'd been a different story. There are people out there walking on the major trails. There's some paved trails. But of course, we're getting funny looks just because the dog's head is sticking out the window. And it says, no pets beyond this point at the entry. You know what's sad is fighting over the dog really stresses some of my friends out. No fishing. I gotta put my seatbelt on so we won't get beeped at. Look at that. That's a pretty view. Yeah, they get so stressed out because they automatically assume that it's going to be a fight, you know? And it has been sometimes. So sometimes people don't want to hang out with me because they don't want to fight over the dog. There's probably rare frogs and turtles, snakes, lizards. Who knows what all they got in there. I would like, oh, there's a bird. Oh, maybe I need to zoom in so we can see some birds. Yeah, I wish I could figure out how to use my gimbal. Um, I need a somebody who's not a boomer to help me figure it out. Uh-oh, there's a car coming, so we can't lollygag as much. Maybe if they see that I'm filming, they'll be forgiving. All kinds of plants, y'all. All kinds of plants. This one right here, oh, I forget what it's called, but that's food right there. And right now looks like the best time to harvest it, but you have to have so much of it to make anything because the grain is super tiny. Yeah, if there's an apocalypse, you all want me on your team because I know how to find food and medicine in these here woods, swamps, valleys, deserts. Hey, Riot Girl Radio, y'all check out Riot Girl Radio. Give her a shout out. She's a female auditor and she's working really hard at her channel. Riot Girl Radio. She got arrested. She did about, I'm guessing, this isn't exact numbers, but yeah, shout out to Riot Girl Radio. And she's really working on trying to like pull auditors together. She did, I'm guessing this isn't absolute, but around 17 audits before she got arrested. She got arrested the other day and she did a little clip. She was like I was yesterday, choked up and a little teary, but she said they're not gonna break me. And she's back at it again. So shout out to Riot Girl Radio. I love her. I love her. She's good. She's doing good work. And the fact is, anybody, and you know I promote females, but anybody who's working hard at their channel, you know, deserves some promotion. If they're doing the right thing. And don't forget to tell her I sent you. Let's see, what can we see? It's cute, right? See, there were some people out here walking earlier. But there's no dog, you know, no pets. So this is where you want to come if you don't like having to deal with the pets on the trails. So I'm listening to the Wine and Crime podcast. The last episode, it's like the silent ones or something like that. And this woman, I don't know the dates. I've had to listen to it 6 times now because I keep falling asleep. But Can you guys hear that? Can you hear it? Huh. I wonder if there's wolves or coyotes or what's down there. That was cool. And chain link fence, so they got something, probably. Huh. Oh, we can look at the brochure. Hold on, I'll get under a tree. Let's see what all they say they have in here. Anyway, the lady has now killed her husband, 3 or 4 sons, and a grandson, all for insurance money. Now, I told you on one of my, hi Lemonade Chick, on one of my drunken rants, I think, that the secret, the answer to the question, what is the meaning of life, is survival. But what animal, what mammal, what animal, what earthly being kills everybody they're related to survive? That I cannot explain. I know human beings will go to great lengths to survive. Guppies? Okay. Are some humans at the level of guppies? Betas, yes, good point. Okay, those are amphibians. How about mammals? We're supposed to be mammals are a higher level of being than amphibians, right? There's a car coming, that's why I had to move. We'll go we'll check out the visitor center. Maybe there's some parking in the shade there. If I can remember how to get there. Oh yeah, I have to go back this way. Yeah, cars keep getting behind me and then cars will stop in front of me. It's so annoying when they do that. Okay. Private property. We have to go through the gate. Won't lions kill male offspring who stick around? You know that there is those tribal animals that will, if the male, see, no pets beyond this point. If the males are a threat to them being the dominant male, gotta be the main sperm spreader, right? No alcohol in here either. You can't bring your wine while you're hiking. Haven't seen a turtle today. Yeah, they will challenge them to a fight to a death, won't they? But at least a fight to a death is an opportunity, right? Information. I haven't gone up this road yet. here today. I guess it is a weekday. Middle of the week, hot as heck. Oh, looks like more workers than anybody. Kind of a cool building. Staff parking over there. Could do an audit over there. In the employee parking lot. See how long it takes somebody to get upset for filming their cars. We got more important stuff to do right now. I'm trying to show you this window without getting my lazy butt out. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so this trail is like more handicap accessible. Yeah, plenty of handicap accessible areas. Painted Turtle Pond Loop Trail, observation deck, 1 mile. That would be a good one. No shade to park in. All right, that's okay. Let's see what this says. Jackals don't even eat their own unless sick and starving, right? Talking about survival and what people will do in order to survive. And why. I just can't understand why. You know, I doubt if I could even kill my dog to survive. I doubt it. I couldn't kill I doubt if I would kill a person for myself to survive. In protection of family, that's another story, or others. Okay, so we have turkeys, we have eagles, we have deer, we have well, all kinds of birds, fish, turtles. Is that a otter? Guess what this pamphlet will become? Guess what else this pamphlet is? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? The love of money. It sounds like, okay, she poisoned everybody by arsenic. Yep, of course you guys got it. She poisoned everybody by arsenic, and they only caught her after her oldest son, the one that actually had a grandchild, because his wife insisted on an autopsy. So then, of course, they exhumed the other bodies and did autopsies on them and found arsenic in every one of them. So she seems to be not currently, but in the story currently, living out her life. This was happening in the 60s. I remember. This was happening, I think, in the 60s. She was living out her life in a psych hospital as a cook. I caught you. That's why you don't mount your camera on the car door. So she's still surviving and she doesn't have to worry about where her next meal comes from. But that's kind of weird that they would put her in a cook position, isn't it? Okay, I have to do a map. I guess next stop is to get the car.
Head northeast toward Dawson Beach Road, then turn left onto Dawson Beach Road.
I hear sirens. City life is very triggering to people with PTSD. It's not a good place for people like Justin in Toronto. I
Left
have
onto
to
Dawson
leave.
Beach Road.
I absolutely have
Continue on
to
Dawson Beach Road for 3/4 of a mile.
leave the city. I figured out, Janaea taught me how to turn her off, her voice. But then I have to pay more attention to the picture. I know she annoys you guys. Yeah, I think the best line of action is to go. I already have to pay for a whole day because I didn't get the car there by 9 o'clock. So the best line of action is to go pay for the car, transfer my stuff into the car, see if I can get them to follow me to the rental car in my car, which I doubt will happen, but it's worth a try, right? Otherwise, I'll have to lift it, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna try to mount y'all up here somehow. We'll see how it goes. It never goes well. I did get it wrapped around yesterday, so it kind of stayed in there, didn't I? All right, I won't really be able to read chat now because I don't have my reading glasses on and the sun is really bright. They just announced closure of the... What? Of course they did. Of course. It was just a gas that dropped it off. Didn't you expect that? Look, why am I getting excited about that? I don't give a shit about a bag of cocaine. What I give a shit about is which ones of them are diddling little girls and little boys. Care what drugs they're doing. You should, but we should care what drugs they're doing in the White House, really. Yeah? Let me change my statement. I do care what drugs they're doing in the White House. Can we just limit it to weed and mushrooms, please? Like, I think that's good. I think that's enough. Even the prescribed stuff. Y'all gotta chill on them pills, man. Chill on them pills. You take uppers, you take downers, you take mood pills, you take pain pills, you take, like, I hate taking pills. I'm trying to get healthy enough to get off of the ones I'm on. The few that I have agreed to take. I get off that soapbox now. So stupid. The pharmaceutical, man, Stop giving money to the pharmaceutical companies. Give it to the marijuana dispensaries. Marijuana is a derogatory term for cannabis, by the way. So we try not to use it. There's a super thrift store right there. Are you kidding me? What the heck is a super thrift store? Oh my gosh, it's taking everything I've got not to turn around. We need to write that down for another trip. Keep that in the back of our memories. Super thrift store? Has anybody been to a super thrift store? Hippie hay. It's medicine. It's food. It could save the planet. If we'd make paper out of hemp, if we would make clothing out of hemp, we could save the planet. Instead, we continue to rape the planet. Yes, I'm guilty of buying into the consumerism and buying wood and paper. Colchester. Yeah, it was way cheaper. By the time I started looking for a hotel last night, it was way cheaper to stay in Virginia than to go over to the DC side. I was tired and hungry anyway. Where am I going? Where am I going? It's not giving me direction. Oh, because I turned the voice off. I was waiting for it to tell me what to do. See, that's what happens, y'all. Okay. We're gonna have to adjust that. Sorry.
Use the right lane to keep right at the fork.
Mrs. Gans told of the deaths of all of her relatives. Quote, I never thought any of them would die, she said. I just tried to keep it out of my mind. It will be the loneliest Christmas I have ever spent.
Ew! Gross!
Oh,
I wonder if maybe she had, some of her motive was like that, take pity on me, give me some attention.
Munchausen thing.
Yeah, Munchausen thing.
Ugh.
Oh, God, she's so gross. I hate her.
Continue on I-95 north for 7 miles.
Her.
Mhm.
Fuck you,
Yeah.
J.D. Lynn.
Boo!
Boo!
All right. Sorry, just had to add that. That was the craziest quote I'd ever seen.
Wow, she is awful. Fuck this bitch.
Yeah.
Well done.
Nice.
Thank you.
Ooh, nice.
Well, should we hear a quick word from our sponsors and then get to my heinous shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Let's do it.
if you are one of the 54% of people who trim down there, listen up. Honestly, 54% sounds low to me. Self-reporting.
Yeah.
Okay. Below the belt shaving just got better thanks to the folks at Meridian. Meridian offers powerful trimmers. Powerful. That cut through even the coarsest hair.
Great commercial.
Are still gentle enough for your, private.
Your nethers. Y'all, my skin is sensitive, okay? I get ingrowns from a strong breeze.
Yeah.
Like, it is.
You really do.
I really do. And not only downstairs, but my pits. I have completely had to stop. Like, for a long time, I just stopped.
I just
my
don't
hair
shave
at
in
all
case you
because I
haven't
could not
noticed.
find anything
Except my chin.
that was sensitive enough to like
For
deal
your
with my
eye.
ingrowns. Yes, but this is a comfortable shave, not only below the belt but under the arms, without nicks, cuts, or ingrowns. Meridian trimmers are for both men, women, anything in between or outside. For any style, you want to get wild, you want to get a little landing strip, you want to do the Mona Lisa down there, get your Meridian trimmer, okay? Or if you prefer totally bare, you want that buzz. I'm a buzz girl. I like it high and tight. Or just to like, rein in the bush, but keep the bush. Like there's no wrong way to do it, you know? This is a high quality waterproof trimmer, so your shower time just got so easy. And it's fitted with a 6,000 RPM motor, safe ceramic blades, and an anti-nick shaving guard. Don't just take it from us. Meridian also has over 1,000 5-star
Wow, I
reviews.
wonder how much that
We
costs.
partnered with Meridian Grooming to grant you an extra 15% off your order using the coupon code GALS. Go to meridiangrooming.com, that's MERIDIAN grooming.com, and use the code GALS.
This is Wine and
Exclusive
Crime.
15% off. Get a better
Wine and
safer
Crime
below the belt
podcast.
trimming experience today and trim your bush. Escape to a bygone age of mystery, danger, and romance as you immerse yourself into the world of June's Journey. June's Journey is a hidden object mystery mobile game that puts your detective skills to the test. Play as June Parker and investigate beautifully detailed scenes of the Roaring 20s whilst uncovering the mystery of June's sister's murder.
Ooh. So basically, you search for hidden objects from like the parlors of New York to the sidewalks of Paris. Hello, like this game was made for me and for you. And then you dive into June's captivating quest to uncover a scandalous hidden family secret. I mean, come on. And you can also customize your very own luxurious estate island. This literally is everything I love. It's like history, mystery, decorating, gossip,
Building a garden.
building a garden. I love just like relaxing and losing myself in this like cool and fun and pretty quest of mystery.
Their
murder,
commercials are
and
pretty
romance.
good. They do good
So discover your
commercials.
inner detective
Uh-oh.
when you
What
download
happened?
June's Journey for free today on iOS and Android. Are you ready for my case?
No!
I don't know what to tell you.
Keep going!
Doing it. Okay, so there are, and obviously have been, so many fucking shootings in this country that it doesn't come as a surprise to me.
This is Amanda. She's the blue-haired one.
Despite it being fairly famous. This shooting occurred on Friday, August 24th, 2012 at the Empire State Building in, you guessed it, New York City.
What?
Who knew? At 9:03 a.m. on that day, a 58-year-old man named Jeffrey Johnson arrived at the building where he once worked as a clothing designer at Hazan Imports for 6 years before being let go due to downsizing at the company. Though he had been laid off almost a year before this incident, his neighbors reported seeing him leave his apartment morning after morning, dressed in a suit, seemingly heading off to work.
No.
Uh-oh. These people creep me out.
Yes.
What he actually did during work hours is somewhat of a mystery, though witnesses recall seeing him regularly getting breakfast at a nearby McDonald's and then returning home to just like sit quietly in his apartment.
Sick violence.
And I know a person who like did this. I have a friend whose ex lied about a job that they got in the Twin Cities, a very specific place that we later were able to confirm through someone else we discovered worked there, that she had never actually worked there. But she would like get up every morning and get dressed, quote unquote, for work and leave and just like drive around or like park in a parking lot until it was like reasonable for her to go back home.
What a waste of time. Use that time
It's
looking
fucking
for a
weird.
job.
Well, she used that time cultivating a fake cancer diagnosis to trick everybody with.
Yeah.
She used it wisely.
She had
Got
a lot.
Because she had a lot of balls in the air.
Psychologically extremely unwell. But anyway, obviously that was a whole saga, and I'm not going to name any names, but you two know exactly what I'm talking about. So Jeffrey Johnson's building superintendent and neighbors described him as quiet and polite, and someone who was seen every morning, like wearing a suit, greeting his neighbors, saying good morning, whatever. Quote, he was always alone, said Gisela Casea, who lived a few floors above him. I always felt bad. I said, doesn't he have a girlfriend? I never saw him with anybody. Jeffrey was a pretty chill dude. He was born in Japan in 1953 to a Japanese mom and an American dad, but was primarily raised in the United States, coming to Gainesville, Georgia when he was less than a year old. He was like 10 months old. So he doesn't like remember
I'm sorry.
living in Japan at all. From Wikipedia, quote, he served in the United States Coast Guard from 1973 to 1977.
Don't we know somebody in
Honorably
Tipton,
discharged with the
Georgia?
rank of Petty Officer Second Class. He also was like a very skilled marksman.
Uh-oh.
Johnson attended the Ringling College of Art and Design in Sarasota, Florida
Cool.
from 1978 to 1980.
This man has like the saddest names
Weirdest
of
life.
things on his resume.
Yo.
Like
Petty officer.
Petty officer, second class, which
In a quarter mile, keep left at the fork to stay on I-95 North. Follow signs for I-495 East, Baltimore.
is like
Ringling
actually a
College.
nice thing with like the
It
worst
is.
name ever. Petty
Truly.
officer, second class,
Mm-hmm.
and then Ringling College of Art and Design.
What a solid
Okay.
Keep left at the fork to stay on I-95 North.
And
Seriously, with my degree from Ringling College.
uh-oh, you're maybe nailing some of
Oh
them.
no.
Continue for 6 miles.
He also owned a t-shirt design company called St. Jolly's Art. He was briefly married, but did not have children as far as I know, and divorced, I think, after like 4 years. He was also involved with a community of bird watching photographers who were interested in hawks in Central Park.
Hawks are
His,
dope.
they are dope. His snapshots regularly appeared on blogs tracking the birds in the area. I just don't think anyone on the planet would have suspected like a clown college graduate bird watcher to snap, but as they say, it's always the quiet one.
Wait, was it really a clown college?
I just associate Ringling
Right.
with clowns. I don't think it was actually a clown college. Like in this fabrication, that's what we're calling it.
No, graphic design, animation, creative writing,
Clowns.
clowning, list clown.
Clowning.
No.
Just because it's their dirty little secret doesn't mean they don't do it. Just saying. They clown it.
Notable alumni, David Bromstad. Who's that?
David Bromstad?
David Bromstad is the Minnesotan guy on HGTV with all the tattoos who does My Lottery Dream Home.
What? He's Minnesotan?
Yeah.
Wow. Those dream homes are always so disappointing.
Yeah.
It's like you won the lottery and you bought like a double wide in Florida. Why did you do
It's
that?
because they get people that won like $1 million before taxes, and then
True.
it's not.
It's true.
It's a baby switch, is what it is.
It's yes, correct. But that show was really fun. But anyway, so the man who laid Jeffrey off was his boss and former Hazan Imports VP, Mark Ercolino. And it sparked a nearly year-long cycle of harassment that made it all the way to the courts. This is a quote from The Guardian. Quote, Police Commissioner Ray Kelly said Johnson had gone back to his former place of work regularly since being laid off. There was a confrontation with Ercolino virtually every time he went back. He added that both men had filed harassment complaints against each other in April of 2011. So not that long before, well, no, almost a year before the shooting. Though the dispute escalated after the firing, it had apparently been brewing even before because Ercolino had refused to promote Johnson's t-shirt line for the popular clothing company.
For St. Jolly's Art.
St. Jolly's. You don't support me.
No one's taking St. Jolly
St.
seriously.
Jolly seriously. My clown degree.
Maybe I should wear a suit every day so people take me seriously. I
Exactly.
should wear a bean suit. All that beautiful bean footage, John.
Yes. This ripped Johnson off, sparking multiple incidents of violence in the workplace. One incident that was reported to the police happened inside an elevator when Johnson threw his elbow at Ercolino, who responded by grabbing Johnson's throat and threatening him.
In an elevator.
In an elevator. I think both of these incidents happened in an elevator. In another incident in April of 2011, shortly before he was fired, Johnson reportedly told Ercolino, "I'm going to kill you," while on the elevator.
Ugh.
Because both of these incidents took place out of sight of coworkers, many didn't realize how serious the issue was between these two men.
I am gonna start to have all of my fights in an elevator from now on.
Absolutely.
And then
Just go
when you just never know when you have to just completely stop and act normal.
That's what happened with Beyonce and Solange and Jay-Z. Yeah, so brilliant.
There are cameras.
Yeah, but not at this time. This was in the. I mean, no,
2011?
there would have been cameras, but I don't know if there were. They probably didn't have audio in the elevator. So I think that the footage was probably used in the complaints that were filed, but it would be impossible to know what they were saying and to corroborate the death threats, so that they probably couldn't be as the charges or whatever complaint couldn't be as serious as it probably should have been, and no witnesses were there to hear it. So, but things went very public and very deadly when that fateful morning, wearing an olive green suit, carrying a briefcase, Jeffrey Johnson once again left his apartment dressed for a job he hadn't held in a year. He timed his arrival at the Empire State Building's Fifth Avenue entrance so that he could intercept his former boss, Mark Ercolino. He kept his presence hidden, squatting behind a parked van so that Ercolino couldn't see him waiting there.
Ugh.
Once he got eyes on
In half a mile, keep right at the fork to continue on I-495 East, I-95 North. Follow signs for Alexandria.
him, he emerged from behind the van, pulled his .45 caliber semi-automatic handgun from his suit coat pocket, pointed the gun directly at Ercolino's head, and fired 2 shots, hitting him once in the face and once in the chest.
Yikes. God.
Keep right at the fork to continue on I-495 East.
Just in the middle of the street.
Middle of the street, up
Like rush hour.
bustling
The
rush
Empire
hour.
State Building.
Continue for 4 miles.
Oh. He didn't care who saw that.
Well, he didn't care who saw, and we'll get to it. It gets crazy. Mark Ercolino was dead before he hit the ground, and once the victim fell to the ground, Johnson stood over him and fired at him 4 more times.
Oh my God.
As panic ensued on the bustling street, Johnson quietly packed his handgun away in his briefcase and started to make his way east on 33rd Street, where he was followed by a construction worker who witnessed the entire incident and police who were already stationed at the entrance of the Empire State Building as part of their regular shift. This is post 9/11
construction worker.
Yeah, for real. The construction worker didn't have to I don't think ever confronted or interacted with him, but wanted to know
Tabs on him so he didn't just
exactly.
disappear.
Precisely. He was following him from a distance so that he could let police know where he was headed.
I'd like to think I would do that. If I
I
didn't,
probably would.
if I didn't have to interact with him, just keep eyes on him.
I'd just be crawling under a cover,
Yeah.
hoping I don't die.
Right.
When confronted by the 2 officers, Johnson raised his weapon but didn't fire. The officers fired with a total of 16 rounds, killing Johnson. And in the process of opening fire on Johnson,
You know, in Wyoming, you can go 45 miles in 15 minutes. On the East Coast, you can go 15 miles in 45 minutes. If it's not mountains and curves, it's traffic. Traffic ramp for the day.
officers hit 9 bystanders who were out on the street.
Jesus Christ.
All of whom needed medical intervention, but thank God weren't killed. A couple spent the night or 2 in the
Oh
hospital.
my God.
In 2 miles, take the I-295 north exit toward Washington.
So most of their rounds hit innocent bystanders.
Correct.
Wow.
This is a quote from ABC News. Johnson